How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have locations with us tonight. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
I'm Tom. I play drums and I sing.
And I'm Nico. I play guitar and sing as well.
There we go, guys. Well, thank you for coming on. Want to give a big shout to Becky over at Big Picture. Love her. She is a sweetheart. So love her to death, Becky. I know you watch all my interviews, so big ups to you.
You sent me a jam recipe last night, and I'm real excited to try it.
Man, listen, you're holding out on me, Becky. I need some. Listen, I cook as well, so I need some chef kiss recipes. You can just email them to me. That'd be great. Or DM me. That'd be awesome. But anyway, we're going to get off topic throughout this entire interview, so I'm very stoked. But the first question is, guys, I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but I always am very curious on bands, kind of like anthology story, how they begin, the origin story of Location. So how did you guys start out? How did you guys meet? And how did you guys form Locations?
Please.
Yeah, I mean, so I was going to school in Connecticut. I was a freshman in high school. And some random dude walks into my science class wearing like a Tool hoodie. And I was like, I need to be friends with this kid. Tool was like the first concert I saw. Like I was 11 and I went to go see Tool.
So sick.
So I was a huge fan since like Ladder Alice came out. So I saw this kid and I was like, whoa, no one knows who Tool is. So
Yeah, no one knows.
like
Zero people.
I was like 15, so I was like, "Hey, you want to be friends?" And then we started playing music together.
That simple. And I had just moved to Connecticut, so I didn't know anyone. And also, it was like I was with a freshman, but I was a sophomore because of the science class, and it was halfway through the year. And I was like, "Man, I'm hanging out with these little kids." It's like the one class where I have to be with the freshmen. And then this guy's like, "Hey, you like Tool? You want to be friends? You want to play some music sometime?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And like that was what, 17 years ago?
Ooh, wow.
Long time.
Friendship. We love it here. We love it here at Audio Addiction. And then I always find this question very cheeseball, but like, how did you guys come up with the name Locations? Because I feel like there's got to be a story behind that, certainly.
Well, the easy answer is we're both location scouts for movies and TV shows. Our department is Locations, so we
very sick.
It's fun to say. It sounds good. It is. And you know, I read this Kurt Vonnegut bit about how the thing that people like to know about artists is like a quick fun fact about them. Like, what's the first thing you think about Van Gogh?
Oh yeah.
Because you know, it's not his painting. So we were just kind of talking about how it would be fun to try and incorporate that into our name. And then we were like, oh, Locations would be kind of perfect. And never looked back.
You're always on location, you know?
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah, not to mention, everyone we work with wants all our merch because it just says Locations all over it.
Oh, I love it. That's great. You know, killing two birds with one stone, you know, that's a true flex. So I got to give you credit for that. I can't personally do that because, I mean, the only way that it would work for me is if maybe I was like a sound engineer and then I could just wear Audio Addiction, you know?
Yeah.
It just doesn't work like that. Or you can't do AA, or then people are going to think you're like Alcoholics Anonymous. And, you know, there's just a whole legality, you know, there's a mess that I don't want to fall into. So, you know, we'll leave it at that. But you guys, killer name. You know, one stone was thrown and killed two birds, you know, so love it. Not that we're here for murder, but
keep the birds alive.
It's alive. It's just very badly beaten up. But no, I do like it because I was like, I wonder if it's like, I wonder where this name comes from. I was just like, maybe it's just because like they're from the same state or something, or like, so I love that you guys kind of incorporated your own like normal day jobs into your band name as well. So got to give you guys credit. And also the fact that you guys have just like, I'm a little jealous because like I'm looking at you guys on the video. I'm like, damn, we got a big beard. We got a sick stash. Your boy can't grow any facial hair. So I'm very upset, you know, so pour one out for me in the comments or whatever. I don't know what kids do nowadays. I'm too fucking old, but anyway, guys, my next question is, I am very curious about this because I just finished listening to, while we were getting set up, I was listening to Loud, which, by the way, great song. Guys, go check it out. Links below. But who kind of got you started out in your respective instruments. I know you guys also sing as well, which is rad. But who kind of got you started out with that, and then also who influences your style more currently now?
Starting out, I mean, I gotta say Rush, Neil Peart, the greatest of all time. My first concert was Rush at Jones Beach.
Oh, that's so sick.
Like, imagine, you know, seeing that at 7. It's special.
That's pretty rad, yeah.
And I think it must have been around then. No, it might have been earlier than that. I think I was always kind of banging on shit. I've got early memories of like hitting like pots and pans and bowls and stuff. But yeah, I think definitely Rush was one of my first favorite bands. And you know, how do you listen to anything but the drums in that band?
That's facts. That's facts.
How about you? How'd you pick up guitar? I don't think I know.
I picked up guitar. I started with drums like when I was 10, and then I moved, and then I really liked the bass, and I really wanted to play the bass, and then somehow, you know, instead of being able to play the bass, got like forced into playing guitar, which is usually like the other way around. Like the guitarist usually just plays the bass, but it was like the other way around. And I like picked up the guitar for like the first time in like a metal like breakdown band.
Wow!
And I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I just like kept going.
More strings. I love that. That's great.
If I find something I like to do, I just keep going until there's
That's great.
It.
He was like, more strings, more challenges. Love it. Great. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. Usually, like, I play guitar, so usually it's like, I bought a bass over quarantine, and I was just like, yes, less strings. Love it. Great. You know, like, total opposite. So it's great. I love that. And then who influences you guys more currently in terms of the artists that, like, I guess, round out the sound for locations?
Sure. Definitely Tool, always. Danny Carey, best drummer alive. Definitely Portugal the Man.
Ooh, yeah.
Portugal the Man. Oh, my favorite band. They're the greatest. Rage Against the Machine. We just saw Rage Against the Machine at the Garden.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Unreal, I'm sure.
I mean, forever in their shadow, you know? Like, they're the best. They're the best.
Yeah. And I would say for me, like Jack White, like with the fuzz, his tones are always just phenomenal. So I'm always, you know, just experimenting and figuring out how to get the right tones. And so Jack White for sure. He's just always spot on with that. Yeah,
I would agree with that. I certainly was surprised because I did listen to Loud and I was like, okay, these guys super sick. But I think that the thing that impressed me the most is how you guys are able to create such sound as just being a duo, just guitar and drums and obviously vocals. It's so sick because I always love trying to figure out, like, how does a band do this? How do they kind of, you know, collectively make themselves sound huge? And I feel like you guys do a great job of, like, just incorporating that, like, massive sound, but then you, like, look at the music video and you're like, oh, there's only 2 guys on the stage. That's wild to me. So love that. Another band that kind of like struck me in the head as I was listening to you guys was like 68, because I know they're also a duo, and I was like, okay, they've got that like 68 vibe a little bit. Love that, but also like a little bit political. So like also like you know, Rage Against the Machine-esque, you know. So I was like, all right, this is tapping into the energy I like to see. So, and then the fact that you guys are a duo, I think just like chef's kiss. We love it. So kudos to you guys. I think you just make the most. I'm excited to listen to more of your stuff because I think like Loud didn't really, just gave me like a little teensy bit of locations, and I'm excited to listen to more of you guys. So
yeah, that song is I think the second song that we wrote. That's early stuff. We were just kind of getting our getting a feel for it at that point. And I think the last few songs that we wrote are like a huge step forward. I think that Moves is kind of like a bridge from old locations into new locations, and I think the new stuff we've got coming next year is really like, you want to talk about full.
It's beefy.
Expansive.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we needed to release Moves to like break the barrier from like that EP and be like, look, we could be different too. And then this next album, we're just going to go on our own, you know, path and, you know, take the time and get it done right.
I'm very excited. You guys just continue to bring the beefy energy, and I love it. You know, just being a duo, I think that is, I would argue, is a very difficult road to go down, because you're like, oh man, like you got a lot to prove as like a 2-person band. But I feel like with anything, even if there's only 2 people on the stage and you're able to like encapsulate that energy, that's what like keeps me as like a forever fan, because I'm like, if you have 2 people on a stage and they have so much like energy and they're able to like make a crowd go, that's awesome. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, you know, I think they're used. I mean, you said 168, obviously. The Black Keys.
Black Keys, yeah.
Long time. They still, you know, creatively still are. 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
You know, like, let me tell you, it's hard to get 3 people to show up to band practice consistently, and that is kind of like how we wound up as a duo.
couldn't have figured out a better way. You know, I was joking about with my roommate, and I was just like, how do you have, like, because he was in a band I think with like 6 people in it, and I was like, how do you, like, do you guys have to like Rain Man it, where you're like, okay, so this person works at this time, this person's off at this day, but we do have an hour or 2 between here to do that? Like, I feel like you guys are just like, okay, are you free? Oh yeah, I'm free. Okay, cool, that's it.
Yeah, scheduling nightmare.
Scheduling, 2-piece band scheduling, chef's kiss. More than 2 people gets worse with each number. If you have more than 6 people, I'm just gonna send you the prayer hands emoji, and we're gonna figure it out. You know.
Yeah, so. And you know, the other thing too is bringing in someone new, and it's like, we've been friends for 17 years, and it's like, wow, how left out are they gonna feel? Like, it's like, how are we gonna do that? Like, we would have to bring in like my brother or something. You know? Like,
you just bring in one of your parents. You're like, okay, well, there is some supremacy here. I don't know if I really feel comfortable in this band anymore now that, you know. Oh my God, that would be wild. I feel that's true though. Like the bond between like 2 like duo artists, I feel like there's such a strong bond with that. So I love that you guys are going to continue doing this. You guys have been friends for a long time, and hopefully you guys don't get, I mean, I imagine you get on each other's nerves to some degree, but not enough to break the band up. So we love to see that.
We know each other by now.
I would hope so. If not, it'd be like, what do you guys just like show up to practice? You're just like, bah, bah, bah. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Then you just leave.
I don't think that's ever happened, to be honest.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're always on the same page, and we're not scared to, you know, be like, hey, look, this made me upset. Okay, we're good now. Okay, let's play some good, you know, let's play music.
Yeah, we've gotten real good at fighting over the years. Like, not that we don't fight, we fight well, and we do it, you know, love and respect, aiming for a solution.
Exactly.
I got you. Yeah, you're efficient fighters. You know,
yeah.
you know the reserved energy.
We're emotional Mayweathers.
That's what you should name one of your songs. That would be great. That's one of your next song title names. I'll only take like 0.5% of that royalty check that you guys will get, you know.
I'll send you $10.
Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. That's more than I make on YouTube, so that would be a killing for me. The next question I have for you guys is a fun one. I always love asking this because there is a ton of music out there, and I don't know who has enough times or hours in the day to listen to all of it. But what are you guys currently listening to? What are you jamming? What's the vibe?
You want to go first?
You can go first.
I'm on like a real weird kick with music right now.
All right.
I just spent like a month listening to old Fiona Apple, which I never listened to before. I mean, she's amazing. I don't know what I've been doing for the last 20 years, but like,
it's all right.
Holy. That was really great. I keep coming back to the latest Tool record. It's like 3 years old at this point, but like maybe they're best. So good. I can't stop with that. I've been listening to a lot of Post Animal. Post Animal's like one of my favorite current bands.
All right.
A couple of months ago, that was amazing. Regina Spektor too. I'm really into like the female singer-songwriter stuff. I guess
all right.
You're really doing it for me. I'm like hardcore Regina Spektor fan. That new record is pretty great.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah, I'm on he said a weird kick, and I'm on a much weirder kick than that.
You got to one-up him, Nico. I respect that.
Not trying to one-up him. Have you ever heard of Sublime Frequencies, like the record label?
I have not. No, I'll have to check them out.
So it's a really like experimental label, and I literally went to a record store and bought this vinyl, and it was like funerary music from some country in Indonesia, and
oh my God.
Like, it's just interesting to listen to because you get to like see how they like just play music and do it compared to like how we do it. So, and then in addition to that, I was just listening to the White Stripes like first like album, like, but it is like the making of the album, which was really fun to listen to because he's like talking, you know, he like you hear his voice and he's mentioning all the chords and stuff. And
very cool. Okay.
Really interesting to like hear that, you know, than just like the final product.
Yeah, and that early stuff is like raw.
Yeah. It's and there's a lot of Captain Beefheart covers on that, which I love.
Ooh.
Like Captain Beefheart is like my favorite.
This dude loves Captain Beefheart.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I don't really know what else I've been listening to. Oh, Mdu Mokhtar. You know about him? He's an African guitarist, and he's like the new Jimi Hendrix. He's phenomenal.
No, I'll have to check it out. That's wild. Okay.
Yeah, he has a lot of like phaser and distortion, and you know, it's not the typical, you know, chords that we're used to in this music. So it's like hearing different style. It's like that's when I like listen to that, I'm like trying to pick that up and like how do I incorporate those notes, you know, the run of notes that he uses or like that style of music in our stuff.
Love it.
I use like research more or less than like listen to music. I'm like researching.
You're like, all right, what could I find? What cool pedal can I add to this? What can all right, what if I drop tune it? Okay, that would be cool. What you know, I got you. I'm the same way, honestly. Like before I go to bed, I'll have my TV set up over here, and I'll just be laying in my bed. And the past couple nights, I've watched the live version of Julian Baker when she was playing at Brooklyn Steel, Chef's Kiss. If you haven't watched it, definitely worth a watch. And then followed that up with Phoebe Bridgers again, Chef's Kiss. We love her, great. Watch that one. That was also very good. And then I'll probably watch Boy Genius tonight, which is Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers, and I completely forget the other chick's name because I'm brain farting right now, but also fantastic band, Chef's Kiss. We love it. So I'm just on like a folksy, like emo kick right now. Love it. So good stuff.
That's tight.
The feels.
The feels, you know, me and the cat, I'm holding the cat, we're crying, you know, it's great, you know, gotta do it.
Have you checked out Shovels and Rope?
No, I'll have to check it out. All right.
Shovels and Rope, their latest record really like got me, but there's one called Swimmin' Time that like front to back. If that's like that's your vibe right now.
All right, we're gonna continue that wave of sadness.
Talk about duos too. The husband and wife. I saw them live, and he's playing guitar and singing. She's sitting at a drum set, playing drums with her right hand, playing piano with her left hand, and also singing. Oh my God. Shovels and Rope is like not only some of the most talented musicians around, I would say, songwriters out of control, but just to see them live, like watch a Shovels and Rope live video. It's tight.
Okay, I'm going to have to check that out, guys. Shovels and Rope. Go check them out. That just sounds nuts. I already love it. You know, I haven't even watched it yet, but I'm already super hyped. So keep an eye out, guys. Probably going to be posting about that on everywhere. So keep your eyes peeled. Lovely suggestions. Again, love asking this question because like I said, not enough hours in the day to find out about bands. So love it. Whenever I get good recommendations, we love it. Chef's Kiss. And I keep saying Chef's Kiss. I'm like a millennial for real. Great. The last thing, guys, that I've been rounding my interviews out with, which I love, because honestly I've been getting some really great answers, so I hope to continue the trend of this. But for people who have made it to the end, thanks for watching, first and foremost. Love you guys.
Yeah.
The second thing is what do you want people to take away from locations, whether it be from you guys specifically, you know, lyrics you guys write, or just the music in general? What do you want people to walk away from locations being like, you know what, I learned this about their band?
Yeah, thanks for asking, because we didn't get to that at all throughout this whole interview. So our whole mission, idea, one of those.
Both.
Every time we put out a song, we want to attach it to an issue that we care about and an action that our fans can take. And for Moves, we're talking about healthcare as a human right. We're trying to get them to take action to pass the New York Health Act, which would give universal health care to everyone in New York. We have the votes to pass it, but there's 3 garbage politicians that are standing in the way of it coming up for a vote and then being signed into law. And that's just unacceptable. I think every other country that has a similar size economy and population has guaranteed health care for their citizens. And it's just flat out insane that it's not how it is in this country. And I think that I recently learned that Canada got their system by passing it province by province, and it really reinvigorated my drive to try and make that change happen, specifically in New York, especially because we're so close. California is also really close. Colorado's working. A lot of states that are working on it, and I think that once the first one goes, it's the tipping point, and you know, very much in the same manner of marijuana legalization and marriage, and like all of the progressive victories that we've had over the last couple of decades. It really starts with a couple of states just making that change. Everyone else going, oh, that works. That was a good idea. We should do that more. So I think like literally the whole point of our music and of our song Moves right now is trying to get people to think about that. And like, you're a person who has never taken an action to try and change something like that before, you got to change for things to change. Like, we need you to start calling your representatives. It's not even that hard. We're asking you to call your representatives and say, hey, we want to pass the New York Health Act, or hey, we want to pass whatever your state has got going on, because it is just insane that we're going to keep living under this profit-motivated healthcare system that doesn't care for people. They care for profit. It's bullshit. And everybody agrees. That's the thing. It's like these policies pull at insane levels. It's proven to work elsewhere. There's no reason we shouldn't have it here. And settling for anything less is unacceptable. We got to change things. We need y'all to get involved. So, like, please take an action. If you go to our website, if you go to our Instagram profile, there's ways that you can get involved, sign up to get alerts. It's really as simple as making one phone call or go to all 5 of your representatives in New York and, you know, stay attuned for continued action, because it can't do it with one phone call. We got to build more people power and keep taking action.
I mean, and that's kind of why, you know, the band is the voice. It's, you know, write songs, so it's like, hey, are you guys listening? Hey, are you guys like hearing what we're saying? They don't care about us. They don't, you know? It's like, how many times do we have to say it?
More times.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, that's the whole point. It's like, we're trying to build this, you know, this band community with people who like music and can just have fun, and, you know, but also, you know, let's make the people feel good, and let's have them, you know, every action that we do, we want to have it where it's benefiting everyone, not just like a certain party. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and we try and really focus on issues that everybody supports. Everybody
sure. Yeah.
The first thing we did with Loud was for anti-corruption. If you're not anti-corruption, you're pro-corruption. Come on.
Seems easy. Seems very easy.
Good policies. Like, if you don't believe healthcare is a human right, somebody hurt you, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
that's big sad. That's big sad energy right there.
The climate crisis, the Earth, it's not a joke. We're all going to deal with it, and we really. Oh. It's not about your political identity. It's about like doing the right thing and taking action against the shitheads in power.
Yeah, and in addition to that too, as we were mentioning, I'm all about the research, so it's
100%. That's why I come to Nico for the research.
So for example, this is part of it, and the other part is obviously the music. So
sure,
we're writing the music, especially for me, I'm just constantly thinking about how do I get the sound to be better? How do I get these tones? And so like I'm sitting in my room, like a mad scientist trying to do all this stuff. And, and then, so even if you like the music, you're able to sit down and like dissect it. And it's not just like, oh, we're just using this band to like, it's like, no, if you actually listen to the music, there's really the intricacies of like a musicianship,
Sure,
like, we don't feel like, yeah, we're a rock band, we don't know how to play music, we're just loud, like that's not us. Like, we really try to care about what we're playing. And also the lyrics, we're really trying to convey
so many hours
certain, like point of views and ideas. And it's not just like, and that's why this new album that we're writing it like goes way more in depth. I think the EP was more of like this is our first album. We're going to go, hard. And now we're going like deep.
Yeah.
And like heading into like the details of everything that we're trying to talk about, which is like really interesting to, write.
We've become real tryhards. I think, Moves we wrote in 2 hours. And, the song we wrote after that, I think, took like 20 practices of like 2 to 4 hours each or more, 2 to 6 hours sometimes. It's really
God.
We've put in a lot more time on the songwriting front for our newer stuff. So like, if you like what we can do in 2 hours, wait till you hear when we try hard.
Yeah. Wait till we put effort into it. No, I'm just kidding. You guys put a lot of effort into it, and I think that's kind of the reason why, like, not only obviously musically, being audio addiction, that's the primary focus for what I do, but I always love when bands have a very good message behind what they're doing, and certainly I can get behind a lot of this stuff. I argue that I'm not very political, but there's definitely certain things for me that are just like, climate change, like mental health awareness, like, healthcare for everyone. Like, these are all things that I would imagine most people within this sphere of music probably have some sort of like inkling towards or already believe that sort of stuff, and that's great. But I hope that, people come for the music and stay for the lyricism, because I do think that you guys really eloquently put the words together that I feel like most people, want to hear. I love that about what you guys are doing. And when Becky messaged me and said that they're like, you like good, like catchy, like music, but then also stuff that has like a deeper meaning, and I was like, say less, so for me, it was really cool to have you guys on, and obviously I wish we got on this specific topic a little bit earlier on, but for me, it was good to just talk about it in general, because I think that bringing awareness to it, especially, on a platform, I would argue I don't have like the biggest fan base, but I also don't have the smallest one. And I think if people can take away what you guys are trying to accomplish as not only artists, but people, and wanting to do better for everybody else, I think that's just a huge thing. So got to give you guys kudos for that, because I feel like when bands take on that sort of mantle, it's like, for example, like, Rage Against the Machine. I know we talked about them, previously, but like, they really are, like, you think about it, music wise, great, love, I love their stuff, but I think, people get a lot more out of it now, because it's just the political messages, that are across the board. It doesn't matter if you're, this political affiliation or the other. Like, we can all agree that this is terrible shit that shouldn't happen, and there has to be some sort of change involved with that. So
Yeah, you know, the two things that that have stuck with me from that Rage Against the Machine show that we just went to, you know, that lyric, why stand on a silent platform, fight the war, fuck the norm. I'm trying to walk it. That's hot.
Yeah.
And at the end of their show, I don't want to misquote them, but I believe they called for perpetual unrest, and I'm fucking here for it. Like, nothing's gonna change without perpetual unrest until it's fucking fixed.
Yeah.
And like, we gotta listen to them. We gotta listen to, you know, the other people doing the work. Chris Smalls, Amazon Labor Union president, leading the fucking way. Can't wait. Marching with him next weekend on Labor Day, right before our show at the Mercury Lounge. Can't wait. Go yell at Bezos.
Yes, go yell at Bezos. He's like, I'm trying to think of the guy from fucking Superman. He looks like, man, I'm gonna throw a photo up. You already know. It's hilarious. I'm very excited. On
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. That's.
Absolutely.
He is a Lex Luthor guy, Lex Luthor character. But anyway, I really do appreciate your guys' message. Like, I think that's, you know, obviously, along with just the music, is a big selling point for what you guys do, certainly. And obviously, you know, we will continue the good fight. So very stoked on that.
I've taken inspiration from Portugal the Man, one of the greatest live shows ever. They like do this really amazing thing where they weave like covers of other songs into their songs. They don't necessarily do like full songs. Some they'll do full covers too, but they do little pieces of it.
I like it.
So we've been doing a lot of that because I think it's really cool. Also, I like doing covers a lot. Nico not so much. So I think that we like split the difference with doing like pieces of covers. And if you come see our show right now, we're doing what? Schism by Tool. We're doing Taxman by the Beatles. We're doing Bootylicious by Destiny's Child.
What?
I'm forgetting one. Oh, a little touch of Dancing Queen.
What? Oh my God, that's wild.
There's a few, yeah. And you know, as we write new stuff, we're like, oh, wait a second, is that like a similar chord progression to this song we love? Oh yeah, War.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
my God.
We there's a lot of covers in our set without any full covers. So like, you know, it's a sneaky little trick when you go see a band and they play a song that you know and love. You're like, oh, I love this band.
You're right.
So it's fine. It's a good trick. People want to hear music they know, and if they're checking us out for the first time, I want them to have a great time.
Respect. I respect that, Tom. Nico, I know you said you're not in the cover bandwagon here, but do you have a pick that you would throw into, like, you know, like the semi cover songs?
Yeah. What do you want to throw in new?
Yeah. If we were to cover a song, I would love to do Ace of Spades by
Oh yeah.
For sure.
This guy, I've seen him do Ace of Spades at karaoke at least 3 times, and it's like, it's fucking magic. It's amazing.
I love it. I could see you guys rocking that. That'd be tight. I'd be about it.
Yeah, we gotta think
about it. I love Lemmy, so of course, you know, like, I'm a bassist, so it's like Lemmy is one of my favorite.
Just oh man, love it. That's great. I could see you guys covering that 100%. That would be so sick. That'd be so sick. But guys, if you have any suggestions for locations, drop them down below. They would love to know which songs they would cover, and also if someone can get a video of them playing live and then mixing all of those covers in. Especially, I don't know how you guys throw in Bootylicious, but I'm gonna that one's a wild card, you know. So I respect that, you know, because I wouldn't expect that from you guys. So it must be like, so I could just imagine walking down the street, you guys are playing some bar in like Brooklyn, and I just hear it, and I'm just like,
you wouldn't be ready for that jelly.
I would not. No, 100%. I'm pretty sure that you would break some people's necks. I'm almost positive. You know, like somebody would be like, oh, oh my neck. Oh man. You know, I feel like that's what would happen. So guys, if you could get that smidge, that little bit of cover, love to see it. I think I could die happy. You know, so make my dreams a reality. The next question I have for you guys, for people who aren't familiar with the band, your band, Locations. What song would you recommend to a new listener to give an idea of your sound?
Ooh, an idea of our sound, or what song do I
Yeah.
want to listen to?
Why don't you give me both? I love that.
I mean, Moves is the best song we put out for sure. I think we might have written a better one, but it ain't out yet. But Moves is definitely the best song that we've written that you can listen to.
All right.
Trying
All right.
to our sound, I mean, probably Man of God, right? Man of God is pretty, or Dancing Queen. Yeah, really, that's our lane.
Nico, do you have a different choice?
No, I really don't, because it's like it's one of those things where we're like, hey, okay, if someone asks us like for a song, what song should we really send them? And it's like, yeah, it's really like these ones really represent the band, like, you know, the diversity of like, you know, who we want to sing at what time, and you know, some songs are very like tom vocals forward.
Sure.
Oh, well, now you don't get to experience the whole duo Locations like vibe, you know.
And we really put a lot of effort into like making things sound really different. I think on our EP, there's like definitely a through line for all those songs, but I think that the algorithm is going to have a lot of trouble with our next few releases, because they're just really, they kind of sound like different bands, but you know, like, we were talking about our influences earlier, it's like everybody listens to all kinds of different music.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Can't we make all kinds of different music? We can. Watch
Respect. Us. You will. I believe, you know. Put the Brandon seal of approval. You guys got it. I know you can. Not that you needed it, but now you got it, you know. Everybody asks you, you're like, my friend Brandon said we can do it. So, and they're going to be like, who the fuck's Brandon? You got it. Just hit me up. I'll just Instagram DM you guys and be like, you got it. And then a thumbs up emoji. You can do it. But guys, guys, go check out Locations. I'll leave their YouTube channel in the links in the description. So go give it a listen. Go subscribe. I just did before we hopped on, because that's how dedicated I am as a fan. So go do it. And follow them on Spotify. That's the most important thing. But the next question I have for you guys, this could be a very heated question, but love it nonetheless. Favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
Ooh.
Can I go first?
Please.
All right. So there's this one spot in Brooklyn. It's called Brooklyn's Natural. They make the best cheeseburger ever. Literally ever.
Ooh, that's argued. Ooh.
It's $5 and it's so good. It blows. Like restaurants, some of them just don't even compare. I don't know what it is. I just don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
I love it.
I think in the same vein, burger. But for me, it's about, I need like a minimum of 5 flavors in one bite. So like a burger, a sandwich, a salad, an omelet, a burrito, nachos, like anything where I'm getting like 5 different foods in a single bite. And ideally, like if it's contained or if I can put it on a fork, you know. I guess how else do you eat food?
I guess with your hands, like.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just like our music. I want all the flavors in one bite. Boom. Connections.
Locations are also down below. Connections and locations. That's the counterpart band is connections. You can connect with the. I'm sorry, this is taking too much of a tangent. The connection to the locations, guys. Just remember that. You'll remember. Emotions. Listen, we can keep going. This is we love it. So, I love how Nico's was very like burger, and then Tom's was just like all of it, everything.
It's true.
I eat that burger more than you think.
Honestly, I'll have to go to Brooklyn just to try the burger. You know, I like a good burger. I had one yesterday. And it was like a brunch burger, you know, and it was pretty good. So who doesn't like a good like egg, you know, like a fried egg and some bacon on it, you know, that's the move.
An egg has never made anything worse.
You're accurate. We love eggs here at Audio Addiction. Egg approved. and this is an egg approved channel here. Not that you guys cared, but now you know.
Hot tip, ready?
All right.
You got leftovers, it's not quite enough. What are you gonna do? Fried egg on top. Doesn't matter what it is. It's gonna be great.
Unless you have like scrambled eggs, and then you put the fried egg on top of your scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
And it just make more eggs.
Who has leftover scrambled eggs?
That's true. But, I mean, if you're talking about you could put a fried egg on anything, then it would just be on some egg-on-egg action, you know? Right. We're really delving into this, guys. Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Is this an egg-on-egg crime? We need to know. Do you have scrambled eggs left? And if you do, let us know in the comments. If you don't, go make some and then leave it in the fridge, and then so I could be right. But if not, then that's totally fine too.
We want to put a fried egg on it.
Yeah. We will put a fried egg on all of it. You know, we're putting a fried egg on this conversation right now, so love it. The next question I have for you guys is a fun one. I am curious on your answer. If you guys could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest feature on an up-and-coming location record or a producer you'd like to work with in the future, who would it be?
Oh, man. That's so hard. I'm gonna manifest it. Portugal the Man. We're on Portugal the Man. They're, you know, some of their collaborations that they've done over the last couple of years are like some of the fucking greatest. It's just, it's so good. That the latest Black Thought record, they're on like 3 tracks. Amazing. Yeah, they do a lot of features, and they're always adding to it because they're the Portugal Man.
They are the man. So call them, DM them. Nico.
Yeah, I really can't think of a musician that like I would want to work with, but I definitely would like to go into the studio and record with Chris Lord Algae just to see what he would create so I can listen to it and be like, I see what you did there. And then like go back and listen to it again and see, it's just all for research. Like
it's all research. Nico's...
I would want to work with Chris Lord Algae just so I can like hear what his like creative input to our sound would be.
Nico will have like a notepad. He'll be like, okay, so
like,
he just has like a little microphone. He's like, can you repeat that here? Thank you. Okay, cool. And then he's like got his headphones on. He's not even paying attention. He's just like, all right, say the next thing. Love it. That sounds great, guys. Listen, you picked the best channel to be on because we believe Audio Addiction as a collective believes in manifestation. So guys, what you need to do is you need to hop on Twitter and then you tag Locations, the band, or whatever their name is on Twitter. We'll find out, and it will be in the link in the description. So you go do that first, then you @ Locations, and then you @ Chris Lord Algae, and then you @ Portugal the Man, then you say collab ? Listen, I didn't go to law school, you know, I didn't get my degree from Harvard, but can say with some certainty it might be a legally binding contract. Can't confirm, but that's what I believe. So, and it's on the internet, so you know there's a very good chance it could be real. So if you also believe in manifestation and you like the band Locations, do it.
Just put it out there.
Put it out there.
Think about it.
I believe it.
You know, you said it, and like honestly, if we were to work with Chris Lord Algae, having Portugal the Man with us would be probably make it
it's real. It's already a reality. They're working on the track now, guys. They're gonna be hitting up Chris Lord Algae later tonight. They're actually just going to his house. Yeah, so keep it real, guys. We're seeing the band right now blow up in this very moment of this conversation. So belief, guys, you got it. I believe in you guys. Let's do it. The next question I have for you guys, another fun one. Obviously, I know you guys play a multitude of instruments, but if there was another one you could master, what would it be?
Saxophone, no question.
Wow, right out the gate, Tom. Love it. Fast.
Maybe when I retire, I'll take the time I can't find it right now.
You retire from the sticks. I respect that. Respect.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I mean, I wish I could play piano better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I can mess around, but I'm not like fantastic. I wish I was like, you know, could play a beautiful piece that people would be like, whoa, that guy's good. You know?
Love it. Yeah. Whoa. Their brain explodes.
I do not test out a keyboard. I do not test out a piano at a Guitar Center or at like a music store. I don't want to. I'm not good enough.
I like how Nico's like, if he hits one note on the piano, everybody in the Guitar Center is gonna be like.
Exactly.
He's a great piano player. He's just not where he wants to be.
Right.
I know, but it just made it seem like if he just at least like looks at the piano wrong, all of the Guitar Center employees are gonna be like, "Oh, bro, for real, man? Like, we just tuned this, you know?" Like, let us know if you are in a Guitar Center in Brooklyn, New York, and you have seen Nico. Let us know if that story is true, not true. Would love to know. I don't know how far branching this goes, but, you know, somebody's got to know the truth, you know. We're going to put it out there. The next question I have for you guys, I am a massive nerd, so I love asking this question. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
A video game character. I don't play much video games anymore. The only game I play is Rocket League.
So you'd be a Rocket League car.
But yeah, it would be a Rocket League car. But okay, that's like the only game I play now. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, I'd like to run over people. I don't know. I'd get in trouble.
Wow. You know? I think I want to like just lean into like my favorite games, and I'm thinking about like Max Payne, but that's a sad story. I don't want to.
That is, guy. Yeah. Oof.
And then I'm thinking like Crash Bandicoot, like the OG, but like that seems like a crazy life.
You just spin.
Yeah.
Maybe you know, I'm like a PS1, PS2, and then I kind of stopped. So like maybe like Spyro. I could fly.
All right. Yeah.
Why not?
Get to kick butt as a dragon. And then Nico gets to
Ratchet and Clank. Remember that shit?
Ooh.
I'd be Ratchet. I'd be Ratchet. I love those toys. That dude had the coolest shit.
All right. I love it. Classic. And then meanwhile, Nico's just rolling over some people, you know. So it's great. We got both dichotomy of man here, you know.
It's important to have an outlet for your frustrations.
If that involves running people over in Grand Theft Auto, then you do it, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't translate.
I think there's like, don't quote me, do your own, you know, Googling, but I'm pretty sure there's like good research about like taking out your aggression with violent video games. I think it's a good, positive thing.
I could see
like,
that.
Scientific level, but like, you know.
We'll let you know.
I'm some fucking guy.
Post Brandon's on the case. We'll put some sort of shit on here that we got it
right below our Instagram.
Right, but this is great. Love the answers. You know, listen, anybody who hates on Nico's answer, I'll come fight you in the comments. All of you, all 5 of you.
Not to mention, you can just drive on the road in Grand Theft Auto. You can.
But you can, though. That's the important fact. That was the important takeaway of this conversation, is that you can mow people over. But just don't make that shit translate into your actual driving, or you'd probably be going away for a very long time. So, Brandon's pro tips of the day. Don't murder people with your vehicle.
We support that.
Don't do it. So, there we go, guys. Next question before I get Nico into some hot water. The next question I have for you is, if you guys were to compile a dream tour lineup and it would include your band locations, who would be on said tour?
Oh, man.
The hard-hitting questions, I know.
Dream tour?
I mean, how many bands are we talking?
Yeah.
Listen, we're going.
You know what I want to bring back? I want to bring back. You remember those touring festivals from like the mid 2000s, like Ozfest, especially the metal festivals. Like where you show up at 8 a.m. to see that one band that you really like, and then it's 6 hours of bands you never heard of, and then it starts getting good again. But then it's like a Tuesday, and then they're in a different city the next day, and they do that for like a month instead of like having 500 3-day festivals that cost $500 fucking dollars. You know, it was like, pay $80 and you're gonna go see like 20 bands. You know, 5 of them. Like, I want to be on that kind of shit, and I want like everyone we've talked to, every single band that we've mentioned. I want all of them.
All of them. I love
Starting with Tool.
Starting with Tool. Tool's gonna open up the show at 8 a.m.
Again.
Yeah, System of a Down for sure.
Please. Definitely Portugal the Man. Let's get fucking Fiona Apple in there. Let's get Regina Spektor in there. Fiona Apple hasn't toured in 10 years. I'm waiting. I'm a new fan and I'm obsessed.
Tom's waiting. Fiona, listen, I know you watch my channel, so come on. Where are we at? Where are we at here? What do I have to do? You know?
Can you imagine a festival where like the last 2 bands are Fiona Apple and Tool?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You have simultaneously created the most wild touring setup I think I've ever heard. Love it for you, Tom. That sounds great.
Welcome to my playlist.
Welcome to Tom's playlist. That's what it'll be called, Tom's playlist. Nico, do you have some answers? I know it was a tough act to follow, certainly.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think more of like bands that maybe we could play with,
right.
Like Post Animal. Like I know they're like not as big as like Tool or Fiona Apple, but Post Animal, they are just so good.
Such a show.
I would like all. I mean, they're bigger, but like the Strokes. I mean,
yeah,
they're just incredible. Their energy is always fantastic.
Oh yeah,
good show. I just saw it.
Yeah.
It was good.
And I don't know.
In locations.
We played with the Chili Peppers too. I played with the Chili Peppers.
All right. I like it. You guys are bringing the heat. I like it. So we have Julian's like insane playlist, like pseudo like Ozfest, not fest, anything with the word fest on the end of it. Playlist town show thing. Go check it out. Pre-sale tickets are in the description right now. Fiona Apple, Tool, you'll never see that shit again, but on this playlist tour, we're gonna turn it up. And then for Nico's tour, pre-sale tickets are also below. Get ready. We love it. Post Animals, Bless, let's go. We got it. Belief, I have it. It's all in that description, so go check it out. The next question I have for you guys, I'm very curious on your answer since you guys are in the movie and television, like, you know, multiverse. Favorite TV show, favorite movie?
Favorite TV show? I mean, I think it's almost like not a question that Breaking Bad is the best show ever, right? I think that it's
arguably
like about that. Breaking Bad for sure. Movie, definitely adaptation. Charlie Kaufman, Nick Cage, Meryl Streep, Chris Cooper. Best movie ever.
Like it.
I would say for my movie, I would have to say Memento.
Ooh.
And then as far as TV show goes, I would say this might not be my favorite, but I just finished it. Midnight Mass, and it was fantastic. It's like a horror, like TV series, and it was phenomenal. There was like one turning point where I was sold. I was like, damn, you got me on this one. Just like fell in love with it. As soon as that one moment hit, I was like, yeah, I love this show.
Also, like, talking about a show that's not 10 years old. Have you seen Severance yet?
I have not. No, I'll have to.
Severance is worth it. I'm a little biased. I worked on it, but like, I read the script. The scripts are pretty good, and then I watched it, and I was like, what? It's that good? I worked on that good of a show. Okay, cool. Oh, season 2? Yeah, I'll be right there.
Yeah, season 2? Yeah, call my agent. Love it. All right, great.
It's tight. It's a great show. I really recommend it.
Okay.
Ben Stiller. What a boss.
Oh, we love Ben Stiller. Man, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'll have to check that out. I did have a coworker mention it to me, and they were like, "Yeah, you should watch the show." So you're the second one that recommended, Tom. So I feel like it's gotta be on my list of shows to watch. I feel like most of my time spent is just watching YouTube videos of, you know, sad musicians playing their instruments, which is chef's kiss for me. Love it. So I'll have to actually make time for real deal television, you know, in the coming weeks and days. So I'll keep you guys posted.
The thing I've noticed about that show is that the people who like it really like it.
Yeah, they get like real invested.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. All right, I can get down with that. I like a show that when the cult following is just like give me more, you know, ready for season 2. So, guys, let us know if you've watched Severance. Let me know if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and let me know your reasoning. I don't know if there is any, but if there is, I'd like to know. The next question, guys, if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month, and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what album would it be?
I want to say The Satanic Satanist by Portugal the Man, but I feel like I know every note and I wouldn't need it. So, like, not that. I want that.
Oh, did we lose him? Maybe. It isn't looking good. Sorry, that question was too powerful for the internet, apparently, so I get it, you know.
The magic of editing.
The magic, yes. It'll almost be like nothing happened. And I wasn't sitting here in silence, you know, for a minute. But anyway, did you guys catch the question?
Yeah, I got the question. Did you hear Tom's answer?
No, 0.
I forgot the question.
Desert Island.
It's a desert island question.
Desert Island, yeah. I think it's definitely Satanic Satanist, Portugal the Man. No question.
All right. Respect.
Really, I wanted... It's that. It's 100% that. It's the best album of all time. No question.
I would want to bring Trout Mask Replica by Captain Beefheart, because it's like an hour and like 15 minutes long, and it's so insane that I can like listen to it and like dissect it little by little, even like learn how to play it, because it's so insane. Like every 30 seconds, everything changes. So it's like learning each part would be it's like almost impossible. So it's like I would want to do that because I would have the time to learn it.
The challenge. Listen,
yeah,
Nico, keep it with the research answers. We love it here. You know, honestly, kudos to Nico. Listen, as a guitar player, respect the drive, you know, to learn new stuff. So always keep learning, guys. The most important thing, guys, you know, where can they find you at on social media, what you guys have coming up in the next couple months, and anything else you want to plug while you're on here.
Thank you. Yeah, check us out on Instagram, Locations the Band. We're Locations the Band on whatever platform you want to check us out on. Locationstheband.com has all those links. You can check our videos on YouTube. If you go to our Instagram, there's a link tree that has kind of everything that we've got currently going on. We're doing a fundraiser for the campaign for New York Health, try and get some money into that organization so we can get universal health care in New York State. We're having a fundraiser show in October that we're going to announce in just a couple of days. We've got the Mercury Lounge show coming up on Labor Day. A few more shows for the rest of the year, and then you know, keep your eyes peeled for 23 because we've got some real hot shit coming.
Ooh, spicy. We love it.
Real spicy.
It's something real spicy. Spicy like the recipes that Becky will send to my email address. Did you like that? Full circle. We came full circle, guys. Great. Anyway,
make sure it's a fried egg recipe. After my terrible joke, we're gonna check out
you are going to check out, because I've already checked out Locations. You should check out Locations. All of the links will be in the description where you can find out about their band. If you'd love to help out the cause, I'm sure that they would very much appreciate it. So go click their link tree in their Instagram bio. It'll be great. If you can go purchase merch from them, go do that. I certainly want to feel like a part of the fam. So maybe, you know, maybe I might empty my bank account and put some money into your bank account. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But go check out Locations. Again, huge thanks to Becky from Big Picture Media. Love her to death. Big shout. If you do want to send me the recipes, that's okay. If you don't, that's also fine too. I'll just, you know, hold a little grudge, but you know, I'll get over it. But
I did.
I did ask. That's true. That's true. You did ask. You did ask, Tom. So I have not asked yet. So maybe I have to ask her. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this interview, share it, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. And again, huge thanks to Locations for coming on. Please go check them out.
Thank you.